Hello, my name is Ryan Harper, and today we're going to be speaking with Mr. Tim Elliott, developer behind Intersect East, a project that's coming to Greenville, North Carolina in 2023. Let's talk to him and find out what's going on.
Hi, I'm Tim Elliott. I'm working as co-managing partner from Elliott Sidewalk Communities, working with ECU to develop the Intersect East project downtown on 10th Street. I had worked with ECU and the city of Greenville. Probably I arrived back in 2015, and then the building was built to help start the resurgence of the Dickinson Avenue commercial district. We had put the first building up, which is a 300-bed student housing project in tandem with a 90-unit market rate apartment building with retail right in the corner of 10th, of Dickinson and Reed, known as Dickinson Loss. We worked with a good partner out of Ohio to help execute that project, and that project is up and running. And when we worked and completed that project together, we helped effectuate growth on Dickinson. That there was a lot of empty buildings on Dickinson with no activity at all. And when we announced the project, a lot of properties were bought up over the 6 to 8 months to become kind of this new cultural center in downtown Greenville that you see today. Lots of brew pubs, restaurants, shops. It's, as we say in Elliott Sidewalk Community, was kind of starting off to help rebuild the art of the stroll in downtown university communities. And so they were great people in the city that are still there today that certainly recognized our work, and ECU being one of them. And they came out with an RFP to kind of go after, do a nice research innovation center. And we were proud to receive the go ahead to partner with the ECU to do this 19-acre Intersect East project. So Intersect East is a 19-acre parcel. As we know, the tobacco business was a huge economic engine in the town for centuries prior. It used to be referred to as the warehouse district. And the warehouse district had several vacant historic masonry, brick and wood warehouses where tobacco leaves were auctioned and sold. And then those, of course, we know the fate of the tobacco industry, and those buildings sat empty. The university had purchased those historic buildings, but also property around it. The university then built kind of industrial warehouse space for storage and for other maintenance issues around there. And this was prior to the 10th Street connector being constructed a few years back. And when that was completed, it became apparent that that parcel was no longer backstage, but now front stage. And so the university was looking to create kind of a innovation center, and lots of universities are chasing innovation centers right now. We're an hour and a half east of one of the world's best brands of innovation centers called Research Triangle Park. But a lot of those projects are not in downtowns. A lot of those projects from other universities are what we call the all lab coat and beaker channel. That means it's all biopharma jobs that and research that they look to produce. But here in Greenville, we're looking to create a similar but different campus. And we're similar in that we certainly are reacting to pharmaceutical production and some research jobs, but we are calling this a Pace Setter Innovation Hub. Now, what's that? The Pace Setter Innovation Hub brand of Elliott Sidewalk Communities is really where we introduce that it is an Olympic training center for champion businesses. And these businesses look to stay on top by doing research and development. And we think that this campus will be a great candidate space for R&D of regional corporations in Eastern North Carolina to work in tandem with East Carolina University students, professors, PhDs, to kind of stay on top of the competition. That's what this center is really being built. And the difference is this isn't just a jobs facility. When Elliott Sidewalk Communities does a project, we do what's called a live, work, play vision. There will be apartments here to live. There will be a park central to it to bring culture, festivals, have culture there. We are looking to bring some restaurants in the middle of this because a lot of your innovation parks, you have to leave that complex just to go buy a sandwich. Or you want to go to happy hour with your colleagues, you got to get your car and leave. Here, everything's all tightened up here, connected. And so it's important to know that the university, Intersect East, Dickinson Avenue, Carter are all connected into a really good future work, live, play zone. Well, there will be public streets through the project. So we're not going to have a security fence around the entire project where there's a gate to come in. The streets that are in the grid now exist. They will remain public streets. There's a public park, so people can certainly enjoy themselves in the public park. There will be apartments here that will be 24/7, 365 days a year. And a lot when you do research, this isn't typical 9 to 5 jobs. These research activities go on into the night. And what we find exciting is that the health system of what was prior Vidant Health, now becoming ECU Health, that is drawing a lot of attention for tenancy in here. And so a health research, industry research, tenants and workers can live here, play here, dine here, and public are certainly welcome in the restaurants and the parks and the streets, just like anyone else. Well, right now, there's 19 acres of pretty empty buildings right here, and many of the parcels don't have anything in them at all, not being utilized. There are 3 historic buildings you might notice with a large construction fence around. We're investing $42 million in 115,000 square feet of office and research space now. Coming in the future will be some light innovation manufacturing that would happen here. Won't get into that just yet. We're working with many tenants and negotiating those, but stay tuned for when we sign those. Very exciting things. Interestingly enough, some of the cultural things we're doing, you may have seen some of the renderings we are doing. There's an abandoned rail track that goes right through the center of it that once crossed at grade at 10th Street that we seek to reactivate those, not as a train track, but as a hike and bike trail. There's a community just to the south beyond 12th Street to 14th and beyond. A lot of good cottages there. They need to be able to walk and utilize that park. We think this project will strengthen that community. We also think that this hike and bike will have a pedestrian bridge over 10th Street and connect with the growing cultural district of Dickinson Avenue. So there's lots to do here. You can live here, again, work here, and I hate to keep repeating, but you can play here. And tomorrow's millennial workforce, they are a workforce that demands variety of workspace and mobility, and we're providing that. Well, the one takeaway is that the collaboration of the city, the university, and our private development company investing nearly $300 million in this real estate and the research high-tech jobs that will come out of this, there's something for everybody here, from either the construction jobs, service jobs, and clearly the research and office jobs that will be here. But the most important thing is to assure Greenville's connection to the economic growth that is happening in Charlotte, the Triad, and Raleigh. We make sure that Greenville stays a part of the economic discussion forevermore. Well, I think you'll see open first quarter of 23, so almost a year from now, and then it'll take us around 8 to 10 years to build out.